Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Sceptic Takeout, the new show where we will be looking at belief, religion and apologetics through the eyes of skepticism.
Wow, I was nervous. This is the Takeout Extra, where we go back through the most recent long-form episode of Sceptic Takeout in an informal way. Now, you may have noticed that there's been a little bit of time between the first episode of Sceptic Takeout and this extra episode. That is, unfortunately, because our family has been hit by the dreaded COVID. Both myself and my wife have been following social distancing rules and wearing masks. Unfortunately, because we are both key workers, we've been caught out and we've both ended up with COVID. Thankfully, my wife is over it. I've still got a little bit of an infection. I'm still fighting that off. But fortunately, I'm one of the lucky ones. I haven't ended up in hospital. So let's see where we go from here. You will also notice that there's a different camera angle. Now, I've got a couple of cameras. None of them are brilliant. Just trying to figure out which one's the best one to use. Please do give your insights in the comments or send us a message. We're also trying a new microphone out. Notice on the first episode there was a little bit of buzzing in the background. We don't want that, we want to be nice and clear for you. So we're going to try a new microphone out once more. If you have any suggestions regarding the sound quality, please do make them. Now, going back to nervous, look at this.
It's not the skeptic place to debunk claims, although sometimes they will unravel simply by investigating them. Rather, it's the skeptic's position to withhold belief until sufficient evidence is provided for that claim.
Okay, so this is a point I really need to make. This show is not about ridiculing believers. I understand that we are all prone to cognitive biases.
But sometimes, unfortunately, when it comes to unsupported belief systems, people just don't follow these sufficient lines of evidence. Where someone wouldn't buy a rusty old car, they're quite happy to believe in ghosts, or alien abduction, or God propositions.
I do not want to insinuate that because you hold an unsubstantiated belief that you are somehow stupid. This is not my intention at all. The point of this channel is to investigate beliefs and why people hold them, not to say that people are stupid for holding them. And just to demonstrate that we can all make mistakes regardless of how skeptical we are.
For example, the Coulomb cosmological argument is these days very much associated with the Christian religious thinker William Lane Craig, who popularised the idea in his 1979 book, appropriately titled The Coulomb Cosmological Argument. But this wasn't William Lane Craig's first original idea.
This wasn't William Lane Craig's first original idea. Was meant to be, this wasn't his original idea. Someone else came up with it first. Not only did I make the mistake, but I missed it during editing too. Notice how the mistake makes the whole statement factually incorrect. This, I've noticed, is one of the main differences between skeptics and apologists. When a skeptic makes a mistake, as I did then, I will highlight it. When an apologist makes a mistake, they try at best to change the focus, if not to cover it up altogether. And finally, as we all know, that was the first ever episode of Sceptic Takeout, and as such I wanted to point out a couple of things we'd be looking at in the future. So of course, I mentioned this.
We will look at Bayes' theorem in future episodes.
And again.
This, in a nutshell, is what skepticism is, and we're going to investigate it in much more detail in future episodes.
And again.
There are many different branches of apologetics. They have varied greatly throughout history. They've varied greatly depending on religion or idea that they're defending, and we're going to have a look at all of these in future episodes.
And again.
There are apologetics in all sorts of different areas and ideas, and we're going to look at all of those in future episodes.
Thank you for joining me for Takeout Extra. Like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, and check out our friends. All the links are in the description below. Until next time, Thank you.